Percent problems. Okay, well, because we can relate these percent problems, you always cover percents when we are dealing with ratios and proportions, because they're set up the same way. There's a magic formula that we've used in the past that we can continue to use, even now, that will help us in being successful with the percent problems. And we can set up our own proportion as kind of like a formula for us to use for all of these problems. So whenever I think of percent, whatever the percent is, always has a denominator of what? 100. So, and any other fraction is set up into, give me a regular fraction. How's a fraction set up? Yeah. Well, like a part over a whole. So your 3 over 4 would be 3 parts of a total of 4, right? Sometimes there are keywords. Is, what's the other keyword, you remember? Of? Starting to ring a bell?
Yes.
No. So then you will be equipped to answer questions. What percent of 20 is 15? Okay? So what we'll do, we'll use this formula, use this model, and we'll put things where they belong. What percent? Do I know my percent? Do I see any of these numbers with a percent sign after it? Raven? No. So what I'll most likely I'll be finding this part. So that 100 is known as a constant. Why do we call it a constant? It doesn't change. Of 20 is 15. Raven? 15 over 20. Now from here, we should be good. First thing we look for is relationship. Is there a relationship from 20 to 100? Times 5. So if the bottom was multiplied by 5, and the top is multiplied by 5, Marlia, and that would be 75 what if it's in that spot? Percent. Now, if you can go with step 1, and we found a relationship, but I could also go step 2 and simplify. Could you simplify 15 over 20? 3 over 4. Now, when you see 3 over 4, you should automatically think of what percent? Right. I mean, some of those just come naturally. Okay. Let's keep that up there. And let's get rid of this. What number is 30% of 90? Give it a shot. What number is 30% of 90? So I got this model here, right? So I have a what number is, I have a 30%. That's going to go there. Why? Because it's got the percent sign after it. That's where my percents go. Of 90, where do my of numbers go? Bottom left. So what am I finding? I'm finding my part. I'm finding the is, right? What number is? I don't know what number is. That's what I have to find out. So here we go. Is there a relationship between 100 and 90? Not with multiplication or division, there isn't. So second option would be what? Simplify an existing fraction. 30 over 100 both have 10 in common, so 3 over 10. Now, from 10 to 90, is there a relationship? Times 9. So then 3 times 9 becomes 27. 27 over 90 is 30%. Yeah, absolutely. Did you put the stuff in the wrong place? That's why we got this model here. How many of you remember doing this a little bit? Yeah. What percent of 55 is 11? All right, so what number is 45% of 92? Got the setup right? Good. Okay, now, sometimes you'll go through the steps, right? And you'll say, there is no relationship. I can simplify, okay? And I can make it 9 over 20. Yeah? Okay. Now is the relationship between 20 and 92. Then what? My third and final option. Cross multiply and divide. So 92 times 9. 18 and 82. 828. Divided by what? So you got this far right. Yes?
Yeah, except I switched back to 45, so I was like 92 times 45.
That's fine. That's okay. That actually might not be as bad. Well, this won't be bad either. So 4 times 80. 28, how many times? Once. Am I done? Then to 80. 41.4. Can you estimate and make sure that you're somewhat close? Sure, Mr. Lorette. Of course you can. 45% is really close to what well-known percent? 50%, which is half. What happens if you cut 90 in half? What do you get? 45. Is your 41.4 close enough to 45? Where you'd say, yeah, that makes sense. Sure. Yes, you can have a decimal. Why? Are these fractions? Which means you're comparing two values. Yes, sir. You may. Take 2. Take 1 for me, too. Buy me a drink. No, I put it in my lunch.
Okay, but everybody knows. Well, that's 7. That's what I got.
140. Can you have a percent greater than 100? Marlia. Yeah. Of 50. So, 100 to 50 divided by 2. Okay, so if you have a number that's greater than, right, 50 would be 100%, right? 50 over 50 would be 100. So it has to be bigger. If this one is larger than this one, then this one also has to be larger than that one. See, I told you this is going to be easy.
It just doesn't look right.
We'll get to this eventually. No, we're about to start math right now. Oh, yeah. Of course not. In my pocket. Check in my pocket.
And you always gotta take something I do and expand it.
What are you talking about?
No, that's too stupid.
You think I got that from you?
But I've been.
Do you think I really think about it? Do you think I think about this stuff?
Yeah, I do. me start closing.
I always say, and you always add like 80 just comments.
Yeah.
Somebody would serve, she'd be like, enough.
You don't got no hammer or nothing? I'm not gonna be satisfied. You gotta get this closed.
No, she ran up to the